Well, by now, most of us know that it's illegal to text and drive. But now a New Jersey couple is taking it a step further, arguing that it's not just the person driving who should be held responsible, but the person who sends a driver a text as well. David and Linda Kubert were out on their motorcycle in 2009 when a car slammed into them. Both of them lost their left legs. Well, it turned out that the driver, Kyle Best, was allegedly replying to a text that he got from his girlfriend. And the Kubert's lawyer says that that makes Shannon Kalana equally responsible for that accident.
In this particular case, as unique as this case would be, there were facts, there were time elements that bespeak the fact that she knew his schedule very well.
Well, Deb Fayrick is following the story for us. Wow, Deb, this could really change the way we drive and handle our devices. I mean, what are the chances of this lawsuit, and will it go anywhere?
Well, you know, that's really what's so interesting, and that's effectively what a judge is going to decide over the course of the next couple of days. He's going to decide on Friday whether, in fact, this should go to a jury. But the Kuberts are suing both the driver and the girl he was texting at the time of the accident. And the lawyer argues that even though the girl was not physically in the car, she was there electronically, so that every time that cell phone chimed and that text came through, it was as if she was putting her hands over the driver's eyes. And so that is really their argument. Now, the girl did testify in a deposition that perhaps maybe she knew that her friend was driving, but the lawyer says this suit should not go forward because the person sending the message has no control over the person receiving and responding to that message. So this is really what's at the heart of all of this. And there's no case law dealing with the issue of texting. So it's really going to be interesting to watch, Kira.
Okay, so then how's it possible to prove in a case like this, right, or any case, that the person knew when the other person would actually read a text?
Well, you know, that's what's so interesting, and it's all about patterns. Let's say, you know, you and I are texting, and I'm just checking in with you, your little cell phone chimes, you leave it because you're driving. But in this particular case, the teens were texting just before the 19-year-old reached his job teaching swimming at the Y. There were no texts during the time that he was working. As soon as he finished his job, the text started again. So arguably, when the girl was texting him, she knew that he would be on his way home. And that's the pattern that makes this really so effective. And he dialed 911 after this crash within 9 seconds, I think it was, of his last text. So really, this was a head-on collision that just happened in the blink of an eye, Kira.
So what kind of penalty can they expect?
Well, you know, it's a civil case, so the Kuberts are suing for an unspecified amount of damages. Instead of suing one person, they're trying to sue two people. But consider this, you know, the husband and wife each lost their left leg. Their lives were changed forever. They live with the pain of surgeries, recuperation, physical therapy. The driver, and you saw the truck there that was smashed, he did plead guilty to careless driving, failure to stay in the lane, and improper use of a cell phone. He served probation and was ordered to talk to 14 high schools about the dangers of texting and driving. So the Kuberts are saying, look, our life was changed, and we deserve at least some compensation for that. So it's going to be very interesting.
All right, Deb Fayrick, thanks so much. We'll follow it. And New Jersey is among 19 states with laws banning drivers from texting, by the way. But those laws don't penalize people who knowingly call or text drivers. A decision on this case is expected on Friday.
Texting while driving, consequences can be deadly and the criminal penalty severe as well. But a lawsuit out of New Jersey says it is not enough to hold texting drivers responsible for the accidents that they cause. It claims that anyone who knowingly texts a driver is also to blame. Deborah Farrick, she's reporting on the tragic accident that led to this unprecedented lawsuit.
The accident happened in New Jersey along this winding country road. Motorcycle buffs David and Linda Kubert were out for a Sunday drive.
Went around a curve, and I saw a pickup truck coming right for us with, I saw the young man with his elbows steering, his head down, and he was texting. Next thing I know, he hit us.
Both David and his wife lost a leg in the head-on collision. Cell phone records show the driver, 19-year-old Kyle Best, was texting a girlfriend, Shannon Colonna, virtually at the moment of impact. In a potentially precedent-setting case, the Kuberts are suing them both, saying the girl knew her friend was likely driving home, especially since the two texted each other almost every day.
If Shannon Colonna knew that Kyle Best was leaving work, and I believe she did, and she was texting him, then I believe she's just as responsible.
Although not physically in the car, the Kubert's lawyer argues Colonna's texting put her in the car electronically, saying she helped trigger the disastrous crash.
It is as if you are putting your hands over the eyes of the driver, preventing that driver from seeing ahead of him.
Kyle Best pleaded guilty to careless driving, failure to stay in the lane, and improper use of a cell phone. The couple is suing for an unspecified amount in damages. During a deposition, Colonna testified, in her words, she may have known her friend was driving, but her lawyer argues the suit should be dismissed because, quote, a message sender has no way to control when, where, or how a message receiver acts after the message is transmitted. David Kubert lost not only his leg, but his job and insurance after the crash.
It could have been prevented. It was not an accident.
A judge is set to rule Friday whether the Kuberts can move forward and sue both texters.